One sunny morning, Nunu, the ant, was walking through the forest, her tiny arms full of sweet flower petals she had gathered for her friends.
The air was filled with the scent of pine and damp earth, and she hummed a happy little tune.
Suddenly, her song was interrupted by a loud asterisk crunch.
Asterisk, asterisk, crunch!
Asterisk, a huge, shiny black beetle was stomping down the path, his heavy feet knocking down everything in his way.
Delicate flowers were crushed, and small pebbles were sent flying.
Hey! Watch out! Nunu shouted, her voice small but firm. She had to leap aside just to avoid being trampled. The big black beetle stopped and glared down at her with his many eyes.
Why should I? You tiny ants are always getting in my way,
he growled, his voice a low, rumbling buzz.
No, felt a little sting of hurt, but she kept her voice calm and steady.
We're just trying to live here too, she said gently, gesturing to the path and the other small creatures hiding in the grass.
This forest is for everyone.
Humph!
The beetle snorted dismissively.
He turned and stomped off, breaking even more twigs and leaves as he went, leaving a trail of destruction behind him.
Nunu sighed, watching him go.
She gathered her fallen petals and continued on her way, her heart a little heavier than before.
Later that afternoon, as the sun began to dip lower in the sky, Nunu was on her way back home.
She passed by a thick patch of thorny bushes and heard a strange, desperate buzzing sound.
Curious, she peered through the leaves and saw a familiar satit was the big black beetle. But this time he wasn't stomping around proudly.
He was stuck fast in a huge, sticky spider web, thrashing his legs uselessly.
The more he struggled, the more tangled he became.
And to make matters worse, the owner of the web, a large, hairy spider,
was slowly making its way towards him, its eyes glinting hungrily. Nona's heart began to race.
A part of her wanted to just walk away.
After all, the beetle had been so mean to her.
He didn't deserve her help.
But then she remembered the words of the wise old dragon who lived on the mountain. Even the smallest creature can bring big kindness. The dragon's scale, a gift she treasured, seemed to warm slightly in her pocket, as if reminding her of this important lesson. She knew what she had to do.
Without a second thought, Nunu dropped her things and scurried up the thorny bush, her tiny feet moving quickly.
The web was incredibly sticky, and it pulled at her legs, but she was determined.
She reached the struggling beetle and, using her strong mandibles, began to bite through the thick, silky threads that held him captive. Asterisk, snap! Snap!
Asterisk, one by one. The strands broke free.
The spider, seeing its dinner about to escape, rushed forward, but it was too late.
With one final snip, Nunu freed the beetle, and they both tumbled down onto a soft mossy patch below, just as the spider reached the now empty spot in its web.
The beetle lay on the moss, panting and trembling.
He looked at Nunu, his big eyes wide with disbelief.
You saved me?
He gasped, his voice barely a whisper.
But after how I treated you this morning...
Nunu simply smiled, a kind and genuine smile.
Everyone makes mistakes, she said softly. And friends help each other, even when it's hard. That's what being a community is all about.
The beetle looked down at the ground, a deep sense of shame washing over him.
His tough, shiny armor couldn't hide the regret in his eyes.
I'm sorry,
Nunu, he said sincerely. I was angry.
I've always been so big and clumsy. No one ever wanted to talk to me.
Oh, I thought that scaring everyone would make me feel strong and important. Nunu nodded, her expression full of understanding.
She reached out and patted one of his legs gently.
True strength doesn't come from making others afraid, she explained. It comes from kindness. It comes from helping, not hurting. From that day forward, everything changed.
The The beetle stopped his angry stomping and his scary glares. He became one of Nono's best and most loyal friends, using his size and his shiny, tough armor. He became the protector of the ant village, gently clearing paths for them and guarding them from danger.
He discovered that being helpful brought him a much greater joy than being feared ever had. And every evening, as the stars began to appear, Nona and all her friends, including the big black beetle, would gather under the warm, gentle glow of the golden dragon scale.
They would tell stories of their day, their laughter echoing through the peaceful forest.
And the beetle, no longer lonely or angry, always listened with a big, happy smile on his face.
Truly a part of the community at last.
And so the story reminds us that a little bit of kindness can change even the coldest heart, and forgiveness has the power to turn enemies into the truest of friends. Thank you so much for joining us for another story of Nono the ant. It's always a joy to share these adventures with you. If you enjoyed the story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss what happens next. Would you like to see episode 4, where Nono and her new friends go on a big forest adventure together? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay kind and keep exploring.